समझ नहीं आ रहा अपने सैलरी इंक्रीमेंट का क्या करूं।
बेटा इतना क्या सोच रहा है? अपने म्यूचुअल फंड्स के एसआईपी का टॉपअप करा ले। दिस इज द राइट टाइम।
क्या? समझ में नहीं आया।
बेटा इतना क्या सोच रहा है? अपने म्यूचुअल फंड्स का एसआईपी टॉपअप करा ले। दिस इज द राइट टाइम।
अब समझा।
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
How much trouble can a double entendre cause in politics, or in this case specifically Tamil Nadu politics? I would have been inclined to say mere double entendre, but no, this is a very sensitive issue. So what happened in Tamil Nadu is that on Monday at a big rally in Thanjavur, as we know, is a big rice growing zone of Tamil Nadu. It also is not irrigated in terms of not having sufficient water of its own, groundwater or other sources, also the rain. It depends on the Cauvery river water. Cauvery is a river that Tamil Nadu shares with Karnataka. Karnataka is the upper riparian or the upper upstream state. After it uses its share of the water, then the rest comes into Tamil Nadu. On that depends this summer paddy crop in Thanjavur Delta. It involves a very large number of farmers. It's a very sensitive issue. Udhayanidhi Stalin, the leader of the opposition DMK and leader of opposition in the House, he was addressing a public meeting. And the public meeting took a dramatic turn. He was saying, for example, that Karnataka's commitment was that by this time, 45,000 million cubic feet water should have come in the Cauvery river for Thanjavur region or for Tamil Nadu. But then he said that water hasn't come. Joseph Vijay, the chief minister, is only focused not on water. He's only focused on filing false cases against DMK people. And then he said, and he's focused on, and he stopped with a kind of pregnant pause, to which the crowd responded with chants of Trisha, Trisha. Trisha, as we know, is a very famous southern cinema actor, also particularly famous in Tamil Nadu. She's also a friend of Joseph Vijay. That was seen as a double entendre because Udhayanidhi Stalin allegedly, now we have to say allegedly, went on to say whether the water reaches anywhere else or not, it should reach there. I am quoting this exact translation from the ANI report of the rally. Now, this led to immediate consternation in the government and with Vijay, who took it as an insult, who also saw it as an affront to a woman, and cases under multiple sections, criminal sections, were registered against Udhayanidhi Stalin. This morning, he was arrested, taken to Thanjavur for interrogation. You've seen the TV screens running all day, ticker saying he's being grilled. What about? I don't know, because whatever he said is in public. Look at the sections under which he has been charged. BNS, as we know, is the new avatar of IPC, the old Indian Penal Code. There, people like me who were trained to be crime reporters may remember our sections 302, 295, 420, etc., etc. BNS is new, so maybe the new crime reporters will tell you, but I will mention the sections used in this case. BNS section 61, criminal conspiracy. Search me what kind of criminal conspiracy can be there to a public statement. Section 79, which is insult to the modesty of a woman, what used to be called outraging the modesty of a woman in the past. Section 192, which is wantonly causing provocation to people to riot. 296B, the use of obscene songs, words to deliver intentional insult to somebody and provoke breach of peace. And then Section 4 of Tamil Nadu, Prohibition of Harassment of Women Act. All of these sections were used to arrest him. Obviously, DMK's people went to Tamil Nadu High Court, which said he must be released today. DMK said that this is being done to make sure that Udhayanidhi Stalin, the leader of the opposition, is not present in the assembly on Wednesday when the state's budget is presented. Otherwise, where was the need to take him to Thanjavur? Thanjavur is about 325 kilometers from Chennai, so quite a long distance, but still he should be able to reach Chennai in time for the budget session. Now this leads to many questions. First of all, it tells us that even modern politicians in Tamil Nadu, they are not beyond the methods of the earlier ones. Earlier ones, Tamil Nadu has the history of the old and bitter Jayalalitha versus Karunanidhi rivalry. Insults were exchanged, people were dragged out of their homes. Is some of that coming back? Because in this case, one is a descendant of Karunanidhi, a third generation descendant of Karunanidhi. The other is a newcomer, but he's also a film star. Like many others, a film personality. Even Karunanidhi was not a film star, but he was a story writer, storyteller. That's why his title, Kalanyar. This is my best effort Tamil pronunciation. Is some of that also coming back to Tamil Nadu politics now, with Vijay as the chief minister is 51 years old and Udhayanidhi Stalin at 48. Both, by the way, but together, one senior, one junior at Loyola College. Now, is the same kind of bitterness and division going to continue in Tamil Nadu Assembly and Tamil Nadu politics? That's there, but that's maybe a more enduring problem. The immediate question that it raises is about the judgment and the maturity and the ability of Joseph Vijay to handle power, because chief minister in India has a lot of power. It's the old story, and it's something that a former chief minister of Uttar Pradesh used to say, that only three titles matter in India: PM, CM and DM, that is Prime Minister, Chief Minister and District Magistrate. Now, Prime Minister for obvious reasons, but District Magistrate and Chief Minister, particularly because both in a way control the police, because in a district also the police report to the district magistrate. So law and order control is there with them, and chief ministers therefore are known to use their power or misuse their power over the police. Now, Joseph Vijay, he's still settling down in the job. He's not been in the job as chief minister for 90 days. He doesn't have a majority of his own. At least he did not start out with a majority of his own. He had 108. He was 10 short. Then he got the Congress, Muslim League, couple of others. And then he got a bunch of defectors in the course of time from AIA DMK. So to that extent, he's not somebody who came and swept this election. Sure enough, he swept both the entrenched Dravid parties out, that is DMK and AIA DMK, and got enough seats of his own to form a government. But the fact also is that he has not built a politics. He's not built a party. He's not built a proper cabinet also, because his party is essentially his fan base and defectors now. At the same time, he's inherited a very difficult state, because as the white paper produced by his own government, white paper on Tamil Nadu finances, showed Tamil Nadu's finances are in a big mess. Tamil Nadu's debt, direct debt at this point, his own white paper showed, is more than 10 lakh crores, that is 10 trillion rupees. But net, it comes to 13 trillion rupees or 13 lakh crore rupees, because the government is also the guarantor for 3 trillion rupees worth of debt that is against government-run corporations, including the Civil Supplies Corporation, electricity and all that. All this is the price of the subsidies and the freebies that the previous governments have been giving out. If you see the state of the debt as a percentage of GDP in Tamil Nadu, and this is a comparison that Tamil Nadu government's own white paper drew with peer industrialized states, that is Gujarat, Karnataka and Maharashtra. In this comparison, Tamil Nadu is the tops, and it's the wrong place to be on top, because Tamil Nadu's debt to GSDP ratio, the gross state domestic product ratio, is 28.3% compared to Gujarat, which is the best, at 17.6%. And Gujarat doesn't even have any liquor revenue. At least officially, the government doesn't have any liquor revenue. Other people, crooks and bootleggers, might have their liquor revenue. The state government doesn't. Maharashtra is 19.7%, and even Karnataka, which is also not known to be abstemious about freebies, they also have only 23.4%. Tamil Nadu is in the worst state. Tamil Nadu's own tax to GDP ratio at 5.45%, as Vijay came to power, is the lowest in 2 decades. So he's got real problems. He's got real problems that he's got to focus on. And then he made a bunch of promises before elections, which he's struggling to deliver on now. I will list some of those to you as we go along. In fact, if we stay with the white paper, and we had featured this white paper in a full episode of Cut the Clutter, of which we'll share a link with you with the description, one important fact stood out. And that fact was how poorly the state does on liquor revenues. In Tamil Nadu, liquor business is run by the government. It's run by the government, and a lot of the liquor production is owned by local politicians. So TASMAC is somewhat euphemistically or diplomatically called Tamil Nadu State Marketing Corporation. It sells liquor. That revenue is very little compared to what it could be for a state as populated and as wealthy as Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, in terms of per capita income, is the second richest state in India. Last 2 years, 24-25, 25-26, it's also had the highest CAGR or GSTP growth rate in the country. That state has a liquor revenue or excise revenue of only 11,836 crores. Compare that with Karnataka. Karnataka, the neighboring state, is 41,000 crores, almost 4 times as much as Tamil Nadu. Similarly, Maharashtra, 34,173, more than 3 times as much as Tamil Nadu. So that's where the big gap remains, and the slippage of revenue is taking place. If you just look at the growth rate or CAGR, compounded annual growth rate of liquor revenue, for Karnataka it's 11.66, Maharashtra 18.69. Well done, Maharashtra. High-spirited state now. Tamil Nadu is only 9.49, and as a percentage of GSDP, the highest liquor revenue is the highest for Karnataka, 1.25%. Then Maharashtra is about half of this at 0.67%, and Tamil Nadu is even half of that at 0.34%. So that is 1/4 of Maharashtra. These are the big gaps that exist. And Tamil Nadu, I must say that Vijay, since he came to power, has shown concern for this situation. And that's the reason the state has now set up a 6-member committee under the leadership of Montek Singh Ahluwalia to show the way out of this fiscal mess. He's come to this realization very early on because he made many promises during the campaign. And once he came to power, he said the state is bankrupt. I can't keep these promises, or indicated that. And Stalin said, the senior Stalin said, didn't you know all this before you made those promises? Look at some of these promises. These are the problems that he should worry about right now, instead of getting into these personalized prestige fights. I know these are sensitive issues. At the same time, governance is something where you need a thick skin. His promises, let me just count a few. He promised 200 units free to 2.4 crore households, but then realized after coming to power that wasn't going to be possible. So then he said this will be limited only to those households who consume less than 500 units over 2 months. That will greatly reduce the number of these households. Then he had promised to increase to 2,500 rupees, the 1,000 rupees per month payout that the previous DMK government had for women in the state. That was named after Karunanidhi, or his title, Kalainyar. That he said he'll take to 2,500 rupees per month, but then realized he didn't have the money. And now that's under abeyance pending fiscal assessment. Then in the manifesto, he had promised a complete waiver of loans for all farmers owning up to 5 acres of land and 50% for those owning more land than 5 acres. Now he's saying that this waiver for now will be limited to vulnerable small borrowers. So he's pulling back on many things. And then he also had some other setbacks. Again, you can call these judgment errors. Now in the state of Periyar, which is known for rationalism, which has been built on Dravid politics for almost 70 years now, he started out by appointing an astrologer, his own astrologer, as his officer on special duty. So this is how Ricky Pradhan Pandit very well came in as OSD. He got a pushback from his coalition partners and generally in the assembly, and then cancelled that appointment. And then still, and while he complained about a bankrupt state, he persisted with the promise of 1 gram of gold for every newborn baby. This money for this scheme, however, will be taken out of the state health budget. Now, Tamil Nadu is also the state of welfare. It's also the state where the state is considered very efficient at providing essential services to its people. That's why its human resources are so good. That's why so much industries come to Tamil Nadu. That's why so much industry, manufacturing seeks Tamil Nadu, because they have human resources, men, but more importantly, women available, even with STEM degrees and diplomas to work in these factories. To take away this money for a freebie out of the health budget is something that got immediate criticism. And while I record this, I also read that he plans to send his budget to be presented on Wednesday, to send his budget on Wednesday morning to Tirupati to be blessed by Lord Balaji. That is not something that's going to work very well among the followers of the Dravid politics in Tamil Nadu, who is a lot of people, because after all, between DMK and ADMK, they got a lot more votes than Vijay himself did. Now, the needle between him and Udhayanidhi Stalin is not new. So you can say Udhayanidhi could turn around and say, we didn't light the fire, it was always burning, right? And he can point to something that Vijay had said, pointing to Udhayanidhi in the house, in the assembly. He had taunted Udhayanidhi as a child who's looking for his father in the assembly. The taunt was because the father, Stalin, lost the last election. And that was said with an everything's finished gesture. That's also the gesture that Stalin used while announcing the breakup with the Congress party. And by the way, that gesture also features in Jananayagan, the big hit movie that's been released only recently. Vijay has been dealing with all these complexities and also facing some setbacks in less than 90 days yet. There was also a controversy over the fact that many of his ministers went out with him to watch the show of Jananayagan, where several were found crying. The wall outside my office is what I call as the psychophancy wall of Indian politics, which basically has politicians of various parties looking like chamchas, sycophants in front of their leaders. And that is party agnostic. I can find you there an example from any party. So there is one there that features Jayalalitha. That gives you an idea of the kind of psychophancy that Tamil politics has been known for or has been infamous for. Some of these actions look like Vijay is also following the same trend, because if anything, his success is much more around a personality cult. There was no ideology, there was no party, there was no cadre. A manifesto was put together in a hurry, and that's why all his party people are essentially his fans, and they have the same breathless loyalty of a Tamil cinema fan. That cabinet viewing of the movie show was also seen as insensitive, because that is when the NEET protest was going on. And remember, Tamil Nadu has a position that cuts across parties, that NEET should be withdrawn and states should have their own examinations. That is a bipartisan, tripartisan consensus in Tamil Nadu. No Tamil Nadu party supports NEET. In spite of that, in spite of the NEET protest, the cabinet went out to see the movie, and this happened just at the time when NEET protests were building up in Tamil Nadu. Now, before I let you go, why don't I tell you a little bit more about the source of this water problem? The source of the water problem is the Mekedatu Dam that Karnataka plans to build. Mekedatu in Kannada literally means a goat's leap. This is a narrow gorge in Cauvery river as it leaves Karnataka and enters Tamil Nadu. It's about 4 kilometers upstream of Tamil Nadu. Karnataka says they are not going to use any of this water for irrigation. They will store some water as a balancing reservoir to keep the river running, but redirect some of that water to Bengaluru for drinking water needs. And they say they will take a very small amount of water from there. But Tamil Nadu is not convinced. They are in Supreme Court. This is one of the most enduring and long-lasting river water contests in India. When we talk about river water issues in India, sometimes living in Delhi, we think of Satluj Yamuna link canal and stuff like that. But the fight over river waters in the south is much more intense. It's between Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. Each one of these is a complex story. In the course of time, I think we'll end up visiting some of these.